Today on the Pauline Chilton Show, we're joined by Adrian Smude, a seasoned real estate investor who took the road less traveled right into mobile homes. What started with one unconventional deal has grown into a profitable business, flipping and renting mobile homes. Adrian didn't just build a portfolio, he built a lifestyle. And now through speaking and teaching, he's helped others discover the power of niche investing and how to create real income fast. Whether you're brand new to real estate or looking to diversify beyond traditional rentals, Adrian's insights might just open a door you didn't know existed. Hi, Adrian. Thank you so much for coming on the show today.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
Oh, it's great to have you. I've been looking forward to this and thinking about what you do, and I'm really interested in having you share with our audience your brand, Lifestyle REI. It really stands out because it's not just about real estate, it's about creating a better life.
Exactly.
So what does lifestyle real estate investing mean to you, and how has it shaped the way you do business?
So lifestyle real estate investing, obviously it's real estate investing, but the lifestyle part is about building a business that serves our personal life versus the more societal, traditional route that we do, that we are serving our business at all time, 80, 90 hours a week. And then we go home drained to our friends, family. So it is about building the business to serve our life. That is what I'm very big on. And a lot of it's because I made some of these mistakes the hard way. And now I'm learned from those and hoping to help others learn as well.
Awesome. And you built a successful buy and hold business with mobile homes, and you now teach others how to do it too. For someone brand new, what makes mobile homes such a powerful and often overlooked investment strategy?
Let me quickly break down mobile homes. I'm putting these little air quotes up because a lot of people think of mobile home parks, like a big amount of mobile homes, multiple of them all in one place. You almost think of it as like a flat apartment complex. Well, I don't do that. That's not my business. And I also don't buy the one unit within the park that always has that lot rent where you only own the home, you don't own any dirt underneath it. I'm somewhere in the middle. I own the home and I own the dirt, the two together, but it's only one unit. So I'm in the single family world, but it happens to be a mobile home as a structure. So it's a homeland package, we'll call it. So it's one unit with the dirt. Why do I like these? Well, as I just kind of described, for one, they're kind of forgotten and not known about. People think of mobile home parks, got lots of big zeros, so it makes it sort of sexy numbers on Instagram. But my mobile homes make me a lot higher return on my investment. So I'm making more money with less competition. And then between those two, there's also the fact that the sellers need help. And because there's not as many people in that business, there's not as many people helping them. So I can make a lot of money without a lot of competition within an asset class that the people really need a lot of help. So I get to do all of that, again, while making money. So it's great.
And I'd like to dig a little bit deeper in what you're saying about that, because I'm sure that's going to resonate with a lot of people, because I'm familiar with some of the challenges with the traditional mobile home parks, which you described, where the person owns the home, but they don't own the ground underneath it. And so you're helping to resolve a real issue in terms of accessible housing, affordable housing, and giving that person the ability to own their home and the land that's underneath it. Can you go a little bit deeper into that?
Yeah. So let's quickly just maybe split up the topic into two different age groups of mobile homes. So let's just talk about the 1960s and 70s. So I'm going to say an older mobile home, and I'm referring to the age of those homes. And then if I say a newer mobile home, let's go with the 1990s and newer. And then the 80s is kind of a mix between the two. So on our older mobile homes, there's really no bank financing. So that means the traditional buyer really can't buy it. And that means the price usually goes down. The seller of the home doesn't have as many options to get rid of it either. So we can buy that. And if we decide to resell it, well, now we usually sell it on payments. So rent to own, owner finance. And By the way, we do have to comply with Dodd-Frank, the SAFE Act, all of that stuff still, even though we're in the mobile home space. So we're providing a financing product to people that usually can't go to the bank. The home can't go to the bank and get financing. So we're filling a void there. They are in the affordable housing space, as you mentioned. That number is different all over the country. And we had a massive affordable housing challenge really over the entire country. It's not that affordable anymore. And I put in the air quotes back there because we call it affordable housing, but it's like there's a big population can't afford the affordable housing. Now we can switch over to our newer homes. Yes, there's some bank financing for them. They're still typically a little bit more in the affordable housing space. They're not always. We have some stuff that are not in the affordable housing space at all in the mobile home. In today's market, the mobile homes with the land, the newer ones, like the 90s and newer, as we said, I mean, they've been going up in value faster than houses because the traditional buyer buys payments. So they go to their mortgage broker and their mortgage broker says, you can afford a $500 payment. You can afford a $2,000 payment, whatever that is. Well, rates change, prices have gone up. Well, now they can really mainly afford a mobile home with all this change in the last few years. And a lot of people are like, well, we really just wanted an acre of land. We wanted privacy. We wanted a home there. Maybe we didn't really want a mobile home, but we wanted all these other things. So the demand for them has actually gone up, which has caused the value of them to go up because of simple supply demand, because people buy the payments. It's the first time home buyer space. We also hear it called workforce housing. And again, there's not many people building or creating assets in those spaces, and mobile homes are still around.
And you offer instant access courses and also run a mastermind. What kind of transformation have you seen in your students, especially those who come in with fear or hesitation around investing?
I'm glad you asked about the fear and hesitation. That is the first thing we have to work on because there's so many stigmas with mobile homes. I mean, the fear of investing in general, and then mobile homes, I mean, they're all trailer trash. There's no value in them. They go down in value. There's all these different things. So we always have to debunk those myths first. So they're not all trailer trash. Spoiler alert. Even though there's Netflix specials and country songs that make you think that that's true. So we have to get through that part. One of my favorite stories, I thought of it as soon as you said that, Kerr. So she took my course, and Kerr is a single mom of 2. She is in the military reserves, and she did exactly what we taught. She did not do what I usually do and try to reinvent the thing. She did exactly what we're supposed to do. And whenever I followed up with her, she's like, Adrian, I'm doing 6 to 8 deals a year. And now I can bring my daughters to school when I couldn't before. And I mean, she said a lot to other things, but that was like the line. I was just like, that's what she was doing it for, that she can now bring her daughters to school when before she couldn't. And that's the lifestyle part. I mean, we're doing this for a reason. And yes, money is part of the reason, but there's always a deeper reason than money. So that's really what we're after, is whatever piece, fix and flipping, buy and hold, just being there's wholesaling as well, but whichever piece you're helping within. I mean, that's why realtors are a big referral source for me, because realtors don't always understand mobile homes. And let's be honest, the commission is not as high. So sometimes they don't want to do the paperwork for the mobile home because they're busy doing more deals. But all right, well, I can be a resource to help them and their sellers and still make sure they get paid.
Awesome. You wrote a book, built online programs, and even host the Hello Plant City podcast. How do all these pieces come together to support your mission of helping people take control of their time and income?
This is the first time it's brought up that I host the Hello Plant City podcast. So that gets brought in, it's really about helping people. When I really think about how does that relate into it, because Hello Planet City was a passion project for my brother and I. Unfortunately, we have not finished it yet. But when I really think about it, it's helping people. My investing, active where I make my money, is helping the sellers, helping the people who are going to live in them. Education, my book, is helping people understand mobile homes. And then there's a mindset side. I'm really, really, really passionate about mindset. If we upgrade our mindset, all of this business stuff becomes easier. And Hello Plant City was really about getting interesting people and getting their stories out there, which is helping the people learn about everyday neighbors that are amazing people. We always like look at these YouTube stars and the people on stages, but our neighbors are usually really awesome people and we don't know about them. So it's helping get those stories out there, the education, the wise wisdom that they have, like what you're doing now with all your podcasts and the events you're going to host and everything. It's getting wisdom and other people's help out there.
Yeah, yeah. I'm really excited about hosting in-person events, and I put a lot of thought into it, and I'm still, the ideas, I get the downloads all the time with the ideas, and so I'm really wanting to have that be as local as possible to educate people and empower people. It's really to help people, like you said, build mindset, help people gain more skills, make some real connections to do some real deals. So yeah, super excited about that. Let's talk about mindset that you just touched on. So you mentioned things like meditation and yoga as part of your routine. How do those practices help you stay grounded, especially on those hard days in business?
We use the right word, practice. It took me a long time to understand why we call it a yoga practice, because there is no such thing as yoga perfect. And if we're trying to do it perfect, we're doing it wrong. So yeah, I do yoga or practice yoga almost every day. Usually it's 7 or 8 times a week, which means the days I skip, I end up doing maybe 2 another day. And it resets my brain. That's one reason I like doing it in the middle of the day, like at noon yoga, because now I get 2 days because I get my brain reset and cleared out. It lubricates my body. It's a meditative movement a lot of times, and it's just calming. I think one of the blessings and curses that entrepreneurs have is we come up with all these ideas and we're go, 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 or usually our minds are working like crazy. Well, that's a blessing that we get a lot done, but it's kind of a curse that we can't slow down. We struggle to slow down. So meditation and yoga, and then as you mentioned, kind of getting grounded. So nature is very important to me because I learned I get grounded, I slow down. When I do those things, brilliant things come out of my brain. I'm like, how did I think of that? Where'd that come from? But when I'm go, 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 like my body hurts too. And if my body hurts and I'm go, 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 and I can't think clear, well, I don't make the right business decisions. And then I come back and I slow down and I calm. I'm like, ooh, that's obvious and that's easy. So it's really helped my business. And then the more important piece of it is my personal life. I'm a nicer person to be around. So you actually want me doing yoga and meditation because I'm just, I really strive to always be nice and kind, but I'm a little quicker and sharper, like sharp on cutting you off when I'm not centered and grounded. Those are some of the reasons I do it. I practice every day. Well, I'm not perfect. Almost every day. Some days I'll meditate. There's literally a track that I listen to sometimes for 43 seconds. Which, Adrian, what does 43 seconds do? Well, you keep compounding that. It's 43 seconds that I did and not that, instead of not doing it at all. And then the next day, maybe I'll do 10, 20 minutes. It's just the compounding. So when I meditate in my yoga practice, I feel like I'm doing it for today right now, and I'm doing it for next week, and the compounding of 2 months, 3 months, 10 years from now. And I believe that is how I'm able to have a more level head and calmer in the high, intense, stressful times of life that I know we're going to come back again.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's right. Business is stressful, and there's a lot to be said about practicing those things that help you live a better life, that helps you think more clearly and be more healthy, because at the end of the day, we have to take care of ourselves. We're in business. We are our business. And we also need to take care of the people that we love, or the animals that we love, or the plants that we love, whatever it is that we care about, right? We need to be able to be present. And if we're in business to take care of ourselves and our family and our pets and all of that, then yeah, we have to care for ourselves. Many of your deals were funded creatively, sometimes through friends and family. What advice do you give to new investors who feel stuck because they don't have the money to get started?
You don't need money to get started. And we hear that often. It sounds so easy. to say, and it's easy once you have used other people's money. It is easy. There's just some mindset piece. One of my mentors, coaches at that time, he's like, look, as soon as you get private money the first time, it's going to open up everywhere. And he was exactly right. But that's why I really try to coach people to like just get one. It doesn't even matter if the terms are great, because it's going to open up. You are now going to believe it's possible. And you have a story that you can tell about, I had this friend, Pauline, and I've been making her all these payments. I'm never on time because I'm always early on my payments. So now it's proof of concept that I can tell their people, not like, oh, well, this is what I would do. So what has it really done for me? So I am very proud. I am bank free since April of 2022 for my investments. Doesn't mean I still have a bank account, of course, but I don't owe any money to a bank. And it's nice because no one can really dictate the rules on me. It's friends and family, and then the sellers. So they get to help me make the terms. It's not like the bank just says, well, here are the terms. And you don't get to say, well, I don't like line number 72. And well, there is no line 72 on our stuff. It's very easy to read paperwork. And we get to have that conversation about what are your goals? What are my goals? And how can we meet them in the middle so that you're making what you need and the time frames you need, and then I'm doing the same. So how do we help the person that's never gotten private money? Because that is the hard jump. Well, right now people are very concerned with the rate. They're like, oh, it's so high, the rate. My very first person I paid to was getting 17.5%. And that sounds crazy. How can you make any money? Well, I had $500 in the deal, making $176 a month. You don't need a calculator to realize that's a really good return on your investment. Who had the better deal? Who cares? They're both amazing deals. So the rate doesn't always matter if we can set it up where both people are winning and succeeding. And guess what? The seller got an amazing deal too, because he got exactly what he was asking for. So we all got it. We have to create it. We have to ask questions. We have to be curious. And then how can we plug every piece together so we're problem solvers? I believe in any business, especially real estate, we get paid for solving problems. So ask questions, be curious, and believe it can happen. And so mobile homes, again, is one of the easier because usually the dollars are a little lower. And if it's a first time lender, they're a little bit quicker for lower dollars. And all of a sudden, all right, okay, this is real. They're seeing the money coming in and they're like, all of a sudden, they're like, oh yeah, I have a lot more money. And that's happened to me multiple times. And you have to help them. Back to what we talked about. You're helping people. So did I answer the question or?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that was good. Okay, so you've done co-living, house hacking, mobile homes, and more, all while staying pretty conservative in your approach. What do you think separates a flash-in-the-pan investor from someone who builds real wealth over time?
Fantastic question. That might be the first time I've asked this question out of hundreds of interviews. Oh, and this is one of my frustrations. It's giving up too soon. And I still struggle with that today on new adventures and stuff. It's giving up too soon. I always think there's a meme of two, like axe pick miners, and they're both going across, and one of them is this close, like a half an inch from all the rubies and diamonds. And he's turning around with his head down, walking the other direction. And the other one is one pick away and he's swinging at it. He's about to break through. We never know when we're just about there. But in today's world, I think, and I fall into this still, we think it's going to happen faster. And because social media is great, but we're seeing the success side of it. I was 11-ish years quiet, didn't talk to anyone, slowly figuring out this investing thing. And then I started investing more and more. And, people that didn't hear about me, they hear about me, I don't know, 15, 18 years in to my career. They're like, oh, well, you're doing so great. And it's so easy. I'm like, 15 years of grinding is easy. Huh? So it's giving up too soon. The counter argument of that is like, well, sometimes you do need to listen to what's coming at you and you're doing it wrong. So we're giving up too soon is not the same as staying one lane. It's pivoting. making small adjustments of the feedback we're getting, our coaches, our mentors, our education, and keep pivoting what we're doing, not just totally switching here, then totally switching here, and then switching here. Like that, I don't believe we get enough traction from. But if we do decide, let's say real estate is just not for us at all, we learn stuff that we bring into the next adventure. So I did day trade and swing trade and stock market for a while, years. I mean, I had 4 monitors, a massive computer, like all this stuff. And I learned so much that translated over to real estate. I never realized it. Now, yeah, I didn't make money. I did not make that my career. I spent a lot of time. I was all in on it. I mean, I was eat, sleep, breathing the real estate. I mean, even painted red and green on my wall and printed charts. So I did quote unquote give up, but I just pivoted over. It's another type of investing. I took what I learned over. So I know that's a few different angles of it. I'm trying to like counter everyone, like, cause I'm hearing people in their voice. Well, yeah, but I wanted to kind of try to touch on all those pieces. Don't give up so quick.
Yeah, exactly. Last question. What advice would you give your younger self?
Take quicker action. Trust the wise mentors in your life and ask for help more often. Ask for help. I did not do that well. And I was like scared and ashamed, embarrassed. Like, I should know this. No, I shouldn't have known that at that part of my career. No one knew it like that early. There's some point that everyone's career that didn't know that item, that question. And as now, I really try to remind myself it's still difficult at times. That's the unhealthy ego. I believe it is. So asking for help, there's people that get so much gratitude out of helping that you're actually robbing them of the opportunity to help when you don't ask. And if I would have asked for help, I mean, I'm very happy with my success and everything, but I know I would be further along in my journey than I am now if I just asked for more help. And I probably would have made a few less mistakes. I'm more of the guy that learns by touching the hot stove. I'm like, yeah, you're right, Pauline. All right, I gotta do it still. I gotta learn myself. I wish I didn't do it. So learn from other people's mistakes too.
Yeah, I get that. I'm definitely with you there. I jump first sometimes.
Was it shoot, fire, aim? I'm not fully that person. So I see some value there because I had a stage that I was over analytical, and that's not healthy either. But being the massive just shoot, fire, aim, so you kind of need to balance it. Take some pieces of all the different beautiful personalities.
Yeah, totally. And, some people get stuck in analysis paralysis too. So yeah, it's, you gotta have, have some balance.
For that person, I would say take massive imperfect action and ask for help. So you're just taking the action, but have the person ask for help because you are going to fail at some point if you're taking imperfect action. But I think I've gotten much further in life when I've gotten some knowledge and took the action, knowing I was going to make a mistake because I have that person to go back and ask questions to. And that's much faster than getting the whole plan perfect because it just takes too long. There is no perfect plan. As soon as you have everything like thought out, a new problem comes out. Oh, if you have found the perfect plan and way to do it, please tell me.
Right. As soon as you put it on paper and you start getting to doing the work in the real world, it's like, what's this paper's not worth anything.
Yeah, a new technology, AI came out, and it's like made that all that doesn't work anymore. Like, oh, so as long as
Well, Adrian, thank you so much for being here today. I really appreciate the expert advice that you shared, and hopefully our listeners have gotten something out of it.
I appreciate you having me. I love doing these. I joke around, which is actually serious. I show up and have fun, and you and your team have to make all this pretty and do stuff. I just show up and talk. And I love it. And I thank you for that because this isn't work. I know what goes into a podcast. As you mentioned, my brother and I have one. It's work. Even if you buy the systems, it's still work.
Thank you so much for tuning into this episode of the Pauline Chilton Show. If Adrian's approach to building freedom through mobile home investing sparked something in you, make sure to visit lifestyle-rei.com to explore his courses, coaching, and the mastermind community helping everyday people create real wealth without overcomplicating the process. Please remember to subscribe to the podcast on YouTube so you never miss an episode. And if you're enjoying these conversations, please consider supporting the show by using our affiliate links for Adobe and Descript, the same tools we use to produce and grow this platform. We're here to help you grow, get inspired, and take action toward the life and business you truly want.